it. He's dead now. Doesn't surprise me. Guy was a drinker and smoker, and to be around him was like playing with a top that's spinning out of control in the most extraordinary and exciting way. He wrote one of the best first lines to his story. I don't remember the name of that story now, but I'll never forget his words. I would not want to be one of those memoirists who begin a recollection by saying, "Attention, people, there's a dead dog in these pages." But alas, I am, and there is. When I start writing a story, or when I used to back before, I think, where's my dead dog? Should I tell them about the dead dog? Anyway, that's not important either. Sorry, I'm digressing. Our privilege is clear, almost criminal. I am reminded over and over of this fact as Iris screeches about Sophie stealing a Lego and then hits her, and Sophie pushes her back against the hardwood floor. And Pete raises his voice, and doors get slammed, and then pancakes still somehow appear on our breakfast table for us all to enjoy, even if both girls have sour expressions on their faces. We are here. We can shelter together. We can drive each other crazy. We don't need personal protective equipment. No one is counting on us to save their lives. We must only save our own. That is the story. We got here late at night on a Wednesday. Schools had closed. It was already bad. Panic had seeped into every corner of the city. And in the evenings, the rats were out, moving like gray-black shadows through the eerily empty streets. Getting into the elevator felt like walking into a war zone. Picking up the mail was dangerous, maybe suicidal. New Yorkers were all scared of one another. For those few odd days when we waited for the tsunami, but our lives still went on and school was still open, I was scared of my own children. I was scared of Pete coming home from work. I didn't want him touching me or the girls in case he had it. Every throat clearing or sniffle elicited a code orange. We can leave, I told Pete the Sunday before we did. We were in bed. It was after midnight. Not since 9/11 had I heard ambulances punctuating the night like this. I couldn't read. I couldn't leave the bed. I couldn't sleep. The sound had me frozen in some sort of PTSD time warp. We don't have to stay. You want to go to your parents? He asked. I could tell he meant just me and the girls. He'd stay and man the fort. Stoic as this was of him, we females would go to Minneapolis and hunker down, he was thinking. No, Maine, I said. The house is shut down, he countered. I know. And it's still cold. We have no way of heating it. We've used that fireplace in the living room. Why, once? And the whole house filled with smoke. The pipes will freeze once we get the water on. We'll buy an electric heater or two. Look at the map on the Times site. They don't have any COVID up there. Or any that they know about. The testing, Alice, it's bullshit. We should go. It's safer. I still have my job. Yes, the job. The problem of the job that has supported us and allowed me to be a mother and chief officer of the calendar and the laundry and the spare clothes bags for school and all the camp forums and all the doctor's visits while Pete works. The job that gives me time to try to be a writer when the girls are in school, if I can think of something to write with a few brain cells I have left from being a mother. The time I used to fill notebooks with endless ideas for plays and stories and novels and TV shows. Stacks and stacks and stacks of them that never get opened again and end up in a vinyl bin under our bed. The job that makes our money and is the thing, especially since number 2, that ties us back together over and over again, ever since he began the other thing. Tell them you'll work remotely. The country is headed for financial disaster. They'll need me here. They might not need you at all, Pete. Silence. A mode he slides into effortlessly, with no idea that the girls and I are dangling on the other end of a rope. It can mean anger.